ladies and gentlemen. Who's ready for the time has come? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, car lovers and engine heads, hold on to your seats because we've got a legend in the building. The one, the only, the genius behind the machines. Give it up for Range Rover Doctor. This is the person who makes Range Rover roars and turns breakdowns into breakthroughs. Drop some fire, some welcome in the chat for the Range Rover Doctor. Coming up next is someone who knows Range Rover inside and out, like a soldier with a wrench. Please welcome the Range Rover Doctor, the master of luxury performance. Here to drop knowledge, fix problems, and flex some serious auto exercise. Make some noise in the chat. The Range Rover Doctor is in the house. If it's broken, they fix it. If it's smooth, they'll make it smoother. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome the Range Rover Doctor.
This DJ is on fire, 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 fire.
Welcome to another wonderful Fix It Friday with the Range Rover Doctor, DJ Candy Vibes. Usually and always on the wings of steel, ones and twos, pumping out those jams to us. And yes, we're on the grind. A beautiful Friday and a very, 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 very different Friday because we promised that we're going to talk about a very interesting topic and a topic that we've been having a lot of requests day and night. And before I sat down right now, I was actually speaking to somebody on the phone and she was really begging that we get back fixing the EVOQUES. So I'm going to start with a little story how it all happened. The EVOQUES, like a lot of people might not know, is one of my favorite Range Rovers too. It's very nippy, it's compact. If you've driven the EVOQUES, you understand what I'm talking about. The throttle response is awesome, and even before our fuel crisis here, then it was good because this car came out in 2014 thereabout. Then fuel consumption was not much of a thing, but now it is. The car is very, very economical when it comes to consumption, and the performance is awesome for a 2.4 turbo engine. So this car was made based on the first set of Ford engines, and they came with turbos. And the very first problem that we occurred here was the problem of lean burn. Fuel system wasn't actually made for such a high compression engines, and we had lean burn and damaged pistons. And here then we got about 10-20 EVOQUES that we changed the pistons and it happened again. We changed and it happened again, changed and it happened again. We're like, we really have to check this out. And it started raining in. This EVOQUES started raining in with engine problems, the ESM, the electronic selector module, because for that transmission, if you recall, okay, let me just go into, let me not go deep into mechanicals. Okay, so you know the 2013 Range Rover had that rotary dial for the gear system, which was replicated in the EVOQUES. But for the EVOQUES, it didn't come with the ZF transmission that had the auto transmission shifts inbuilt. So they had to use an electronic drive. So when you select your transmission, there's another, like a motor, there's something inside the transmission that shifts it too. You know, so had a lot of problems from that. Then we had electrical problems. Now it became really bad. And the owners of those cars were not really willing to wait, and we had too much pressure, and we decided to just stop the support because we sent a lot of letters to Land Rover. We were directed to the dealership. The dealership had other beans to fry and other things on their pan, and we weren't just getting enough support. So we had to stop the EVOQUES. Recently, we started bringing parts in, and if you followed us up, You will have seen that we're building new engines. We actually have updated parts for engines, for transmissions, and what have you. And we're actually refurbishing and we're actually rebuilding these cars and we're turning them out. And in between, the EVOQUE inquiries started coming in again. I did so many editions of EVOQUE in the past that were not published because we just stopped it all together, especially during the COVID period. It became very bad. We stopped it all together. So we've not had the time to come back, but the recent requests for EVOQUE have been really, really wide and very, very awesome. That I started my engineering and I'm like, okay guys, let's think about this. What do we do? These cars are out there on the road, like I was discussing before we got the solution to this car. We just can't throw them away. You just can't tell the owners to throw these cars away. What do they do with them? More and more, they invested money in these cars, right? And the fact that I like the EVOQUE myself gave me an extra effort to push this initiative. As it is right now, we've actually we put out a request to clients out there, owners. I need your requests to be able to push my engineers, because trust me, it's a workshop, it's a beautiful workshop. We love it out here. I actually funded the Range Rover Doctor, but it's also an ongoing concern. So I need to be able to convince the whole management that this will work. So I need a lot of requests out there. Right now we're on about 50-50. On Sunday we're going to make the final decision. And with that, I would like to note a little and ask for a little bit of information from you guys. Because while I had an EVOQUE that belonged to a friend with me, and trust me, the day I saw the design of that EVOQUE, I told my friend, her name is Rita, I said, Rita, I've seen a car I love. And I sent it to her. And she fell in love with the car. So she bought the car, she was around for a bit. She eventually traveled, so I had the EVOQUE. I now realize over time that we never had those problems with this particular car. And the difference is this car was sourced from the local dealership. So my inference was that those engines were already detuned, just like other cars. When they say, okay, it's tropicalized, that's what it means. It's detuned. It's tuned for low quality fuel. So the ECU does not actually make the most out of it. You don't get the full power output, but it saves the engine because it doesn't actually give it all that boost. Okay? So I need to know if you got your car from the local dealership here, which is Costaris, and EVOQUE, did you have any problems with the engine? Is it still running? So we know where to start from. Trust me, we talked to the manufacturers. Over the week we've sent letters out and we know definitely they're going to refer us back to the local dealership. We're going to start to open, talk to the local dealership. All this to get your EVOQUE back on the road and to support your EVOQUE. Yes, we know that the car has a little bit of so it's temperamental, but with reverse engineering, there's nothing that cannot be done. The manufacturer does not have the time to do this because their hands are full. Okay, so that's it for the EVOQUE. And with this topic, I'm going to drop our next topic for next Friday. So invariably we'll be dealing with the EVOQUE if it comes out successfully. So if we have more requests, if we just have 51% over 49, which is in favor of let's bring it back on board, we're going to push it. Okay, so we have programs drafted out to involve our EVOQUE owners back into the whole EVOQUE revival, retail revival scheme, right? So it means next Friday we'll be dropping information on the EVOQUE finalization and also on this other topic. I watched it this morning and I felt bad, and it goes like, mechanics are becoming rare. So, not just, I'm going to drop the video on Sunday too. So if you follow us on Instagram, YouTube, you see everywhere. I'm not even talking about Nigeria. I'm talking about worldwide. And I listened to this particular mechanic, and it just boiled down to the fact that the mechanic's skill is not being appreciated. So I tell you something, you have the manufacturer, you have the dealership, you have the mechanics, and you have the owners. That's how it works. For any car, unless you're an enthusiast and you actually love doing things yourself, there is no car you have unless you want to buy. The moment it comes out, you buy it, and it still work that way. You're going to need a mechanic, okay? And the manufacturers, trust me, they provide a lot of support, but the struggle up there is all about profits. That's why you find out that a whole car company shuts down. You know Mitsubishi? They're struggling. They're really, really struggling. You have companies, a lot that are struggling. A lot. Volvo, a lot. So, the talk this morning was a lot of mechanics are actually very out of. I'm not talking about Nigeria, I'm talking about the United States of America, because they're like the same payment you get from another skill set, right? And in this age of AI, it just makes it easier for a mechanic to switch to any other thing. Okay? So an auto mechanic and an aeronautic mechanic, it's not too far. It's not too far. Think about it. An auto mechanic and a plumber. Let me just use a plumber. Right? An auto mechanic can actually be trained and take 2 years. And it's in this fact. So he is talking about the fact that that skill set is more appreciated. And the most painful thing, not just in that, when I heard this, I laughed. The most painful thing, he cited out that it doesn't matter if you did 1,000 fixes right. 1,000. Just one fix wrong, and you are under the box. Nobody is above mistakes, yes. And that's just sad. So we're going to talk about this, right? And we're going to talk about the fact that if we go to the streets, we do an interview and say, who wants to marry a mechanic? Yes, who wants to marry a mechanic? So you see, this is why I, as a Range Rover doctor, this is why I push, because I know that there are so many workshops that actually looked at our model, looked at us, and they actually went into workshop ownership, went into fixing cars, went into being a mechanic because of us, right? So we are here to prove that the mechanics are the best. The mechanics, they hold all the aces. Because without the mechanics, the manufacturer, yes, the manufacturer will not survive, because if you keep on making cars that you cannot support, right? Who's going to support them? You're not supporting the older cars. Nobody will buy the newer cars from you. Dealership, without the manufacturer, dealership is zero. Without the mechanic, the end user is totally finished. So you see, the mechanics hold it all. So we're going to push out, we can't push out in the States. Yes, I'm going to chat with the guy that posted that particular video, right, to give them an African point of view and also rub mind to them. But you see, we have a headed in Nigeria, the mechanic holds it all, okay? And everybody's going to want to get married to a mechanic. Range Rover Doctor Fitting Friday and give you back to DJ.
This DJ is on fire.
Thank you, Range Rover Doctor. That was an amazing one. And we